Hey there witches, Tiffany here. So today we're gonna do something a little bit different. This is going to be me putting together a little charm bag for my new car because I got a new car. So I thought it would be a good idea to put together a little charm bag just with things to help promote travel, to promote safe travels, keep the car protected, keep me and all of my passengers protected. I'm just gonna walk you through what I'm putting in there. Now, I'm not saying that if you decide to do this yourself, you should put in exactly what I put in. If it speaks to you, great, but you'll see a lot of these things are very personalized to me. Some of them I will have stories behind, and that is why they're meaningful to me. So I'm just going to sort of walk you through that today, and we're gonna have a fun little charm bag crafting video. Okay, so please excuse the mess on my desk. I'm also sorry for my boobs being in the shot, so I don't know. There's only so much I can do about that. Okay, so actually this video will be coming out on a Sunday, I think. I believe so. I'm gonna publish it this Sunday, but I'm actually filming this on Wednesday. Wednesday is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is although he's the god of many things, Mercury is also the god of travel. With this, I'm hoping to promote travel. I love road trips, I love camping, and also to be, you know, looked after while I'm traveling. So first and foremost, I have this little bag. This is actually just like the toe of a stocking that I never wear because, you know, thrifty witch. I swear it's clean. I mean, it's got a little fuzz on it. But the reason I went with blue was not for any specific color correspondence other than a personal one to me. For me, blue reminds me of water. I spent a few years, you know, traveling on the water. I worked for Carnival Cruise Lines, and so, you know, I spent a lot of time like living and working and traveling by water. And, you know, obviously this is not a water vehicle, but still, that time to me was very important. It was very meaningful, and for the most part, I was pretty safe. Water to me also says a lot of things. It travels swiftly. It's strong, it's defiant, and it's adaptable. It always follows the easiest course. So that's why I went with blue. That was entirely like a personal choice. I went with twine. You know, I wanted brown. Brown is another color, is a color correspondence for travel, promoting travel, safe travels, guidance on travels, so on and so forth. And then I've got a little charm, just like a little guy to go on it, and I'll do that later. So first and foremost, we're going to start with our herbs. Everything that you see here has been charged in advance. I didn't want to deal with, you know, pausing the video or making you guys watch me charge a bunch of stuff. As far as the herbs go, we're going to start off with a cinnamon stick. Cinnamon stick to promote concentration and as well as protection. I mean, protection is obvious. That one is a given. Concentration is because obviously you want to stay concentrated on the road. I have several things for that in here. So you never want to lose focus while you're driving. Obviously, I think that kind of goes without saying, so no need to elaborate further. I'm just gonna put that in there. Next up, we have pink Himalayan sea salt. You can really use any sort of sea salt if you want to go with, you know, what I'm doing here. I went with it to promote cleanliness. Both as, well, one, I need a reminder to myself to keep my car clean. I'm really bad about taking it to the car wash. The inside, I'm really good about like keeping a trash bag. I don't like clutter. I don't like trash like building up. That I'm good with. However, dog fur, you know, dirt from hiking, mud, sand from the dog beach, all of that tends to get built up in my car, and I'm not the best about making sure it gets vacuumed out. It's also for not just, you know, the cosmetic cleanliness of the car, but also just, you know, keeping the engine clean, keeping the fuel lines clean and running efficiently. So that's what this is for. Like I said, I charge these in advance, but I feel that as I am talking about them and sharing these stories, it's sort of like giving them that extra bit of energy as I'm verbalizing them out loud. Not that I would feel typically that this sort of thing is absolutely necessary, but I do feel right now that it's helping, especially with the stories that I'll tell about some of the other pieces that I chose. I'm not getting the best angle here. So next, is that better? Not really. So that's kind of what we have in there. So next up, I'm gonna go with the nutmeg. The nutmeg is to avert danger, actually. That is, oh, that's gonna be very hard to get out of here. Okay, that one I might just hold off until I'm ready to dump this whole
that bad boy in. But yeah, the nutmeg is to avert danger for, you know, obvious reasons. After that, I have spearmint. Spearmint is also to avert danger, but on top of that, it is also to avoid aggression, or I should say guard against the aggression of others, because, you know, I don't need to run into somebody who's having a bad day and just like gets road rage off of some small little thing. Also, to me, any kind of mint is gonna promote alertness. Next, we have some thyme. Thyme is another one that's great for awareness, and it also promotes adaptability. You need to be adaptable, like quick lane changes. You know, something happens that's unexpected, you need to adapt with what's going on around you. Or, I mean, there was a time I was on the freeway in like my very first car, and the hood wasn't fully, like the latch had broken and I didn't know it, and the hood flipped up when I was on the freeway. It's situations like that that you just don't see coming, and like, sure, you can say, I don't need to adapt because I've got GPS. My GPS will update for me. Well, that's not the only thing that you may need to adapt to on the road. Finally, for the herbs, we have basil, and basil is great for defense. Obviously, I'm hoping all of the avert danger and avoid aggression and this and that is going to do the job, and I'll be perfectly fine, and my car will be perfectly fine. However, I obviously want to set up a good defense in the off chance there is a fender bender or something happens, because you just never know. All right, that is it for the herbs. So I'm gonna kind of shake these down and shake the rest in there. Okay, let's do crystals. So clear quartz, that is for, again, concentration. I'm just gonna pop that in. I'm not gonna elaborate further because I've already done enough of that. Lepidolite. Lepidolite is a great stone for remaining calm and anti-anxiety. So I don't really tend to get road rage, but I do get frustrated. I do get frazzled. I have had like people almost hit me and then take off, you know, in the situations where other people just sort of like startle you, freak you out, you know, swerve into your lane, and it just leaves you like, oh, you know, like kind of shaken up for a bit. That's not safe for driving. So this is to stay calm, even when I'm frustrated, stuck in traffic. I live in Southern California and I visit Northern California, you know, San Francisco Bay Area very often because I have family there. So I deal with traffic a lot. So stay calm in traffic. Relax easily when you know, something happens that startles me, that's going in. And then of course, I have amethyst. This is my favorite. I know a lot of people do tiger's eye for protection in their cars or during travel. I like 99.9% of the time prefer amethyst for protection. That's just my thing. Sometimes you just, you know, you pick up a stone and you just feel a particular energy with one and not another. It just doesn't speak to you. That's totally fine. Amethyst is my girl. It is also another one that is good for concentration. Once again, I know this kind of starting to sound like I get distracted easily while I'm driving. I don't. I do have a lot of times where I go on road trips and drive through the night, and I try not to, but you know, sometimes it just happens. Like if I have to go up to the Bay Area and then drive back down here for work the next day, I have driven through the night and it's not fun. I try to avoid it, like I said, but that's why I'm like, concentration. Okay, so now comes the story time. I'm gonna go with this one first because it keeps flying away. So this is a little, my rabbit, you know, loses his fur, and so this is like a little clump of his rabbit fur. This is going in both for luck, because who doesn't want a bit of luck on the road? And it's also going in for speedy travels. And I like it because it's, you know, it's from home. Always like to be able to find my way home, which actually brings me to this next one. This is a piece of wood, again, from home. So promoting, I'll always be able to find my way home. Then on top of that, I wanted something to represent longevity. And I personally, I think wood is such a great symbol for longevity because of, you know, the rings in that trees create. And most woods can, you know, bend, not most, but I actually don't know the exact percentage, but many different types of woods can bend without breaking. So also adaptability is another part of that. Let's see here. So this is a seashell. So again, representing the sea. But this is a seashell from a road trip I did down to Mexico. It was so much fun. It was an absolute blast, and it was safe. Like nothing bad happened on that trip. It was all good things. So I'm both trying to recognize, you know, those safe travels, those eventful life-changing, I mean, not to be dramatic, but I think anytime you have a new experience that is good, well, good or bad, it is in a way life-changing. So that's how I view it. And then this one, very similar thing, is a little, I can't pick it up, little tiny baby seashell. That this one is actually from Jamaica. And now, of course, I didn't drive to Jamaica, obviously. I would hope that would be obvious. But again, it was a form of travel. I was considering keeping this limited to just trips that I've done in a car. But honestly, I've done a lot more trips. I mean, I've done plenty of quick, short road trips, but I've done a lot more trips by sea or by air than by car. So I thought, you know what, let's put some of that mojo in there. And then we have a key. This is the final ingredient in this. Oh, the other thing I was gonna say before I get to the key, when I travel, I'll collect some dirt or some sand or some more pebbles and seashells and things like that, because I think those things are so personal and they add such a great personal touch to charm bags and all kinds of spell work that they're great to have on hand. Unfortunately, I have not done a huge amount of traveling since I actually became a witch, or became a pagan, because in that time it sort of just has coincidentally overlapped with the time that I've been establishing a new career. So I've been sort of focused on my career and not so much on vacations and travels. Prior to that, I really had no reason to dig up dirt and stick it in a Ziploc baggie when I was on vacation. That is why I don't have any soil to put in here, although I regret that and I kind of wish I did. But for now, I'm working with what I've got. So this key did come from a road trip. I bought this out in Iowa. I have family in Iowa. I'm not from there, but my dad is. We did a 2-week road trip when I was a kid. It was a blast. I have so many fond memories of that trip. And the whole way through, you know, we had no car troubles. It was, again, just like that, the seashells, like, or the seashell from Mexico, like, it was completely safe. We didn't really run into any obstacles. And then on top of that, speaking of obstacles, I love using keys as a symbol for breaking down obstacles or moving through them, moving around them, because obviously what does a key do? It unlocks doors, it unlocks locks, so it removes obstacles for you. I'm just gonna get ready to tie this up. That totally looks like a scrotum, but that's fine. How do I make this look less scrotum-y? It was just the way that the crystals, like, I probably should have showed you guys, but the way the crystals hung in there. Okay, this is inappropriate. Anyway, moving along. So I'm going to tie this around here, and then the final step I'm going to take is to breathe some life into it. I've already charged them, but I'm just gonna add a little personal breath in there and just basically spark it up. I'm sparking it up. I kind of broke the cinnamon up because I just wanted it to fit better inside of here. I'm gonna hang this from my rear view mirror, so I didn't want the cinnamon stick to be like sticking up and then that makes the cord loose, and then it like can slip down and fall. So I did that, and then it actually like, ooh, that smells so good now. So actually, speaking of scent, that brings up a point that I wanted to make. I highly recommend that you don't use oils on these. First of all, oils have a shelf life. They will go rancid, and you don't want that in your car. And especially, like, I live in Southern California. It gets really hot here, and therefore it will get very, very hot in the car. Oil is personally not my first choice. Again, that's up to you, but I would strongly recommend against it. Okay, so I'm still fiddling with this, trying to make it kind of hang pretty. It's fine. I'm just being very, very anal about this. Put the key on, and then put my little charm, and then there we have it. Now, like I said, it's not the prettiest little guy. It is a little lumpy, but actually I think it's really cute with the little pentacle and the little key. And then I think I'm just gonna trim down this top a little bit. I like to leave them long when I initially cut them. Just, I mean, depending on how much I want to shove in there. It's a little raggedy, but I kind of like the look of that. So there you have it, my little car charm bag.
All right, hope you all enjoyed. Give me a thumbs up, give me a little subscribe if you haven't already. If you like to keep little charms in your car, whether it's a charm bag or anything else for luck, protection, what have you, leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. My work closed down and I'm back in quarantine, so please shoot me an email. Keep me some company. I'll talk to you all soon.